Okay, today we are playing a game on Volskaya Industries. We are playing Soldier 76 on attack and Mercy on defense, and we are in the 1800 SR range. Didn't push tab at a convenient time to look at the team, I'll just tell you what it is. Soldier, McCree, Reinhardt, D.Va, Lucio, and Zenyatta. So, a very average team. Let's start the game. So, we're attacking Volskaya Industries. We're going to lose somebody as soon as the game starts because they're going to get bumped off the edge by Farah. However, we're going to get to kill Farah before she gets back in because we see her up there, and with help from McCree, we finish her off before she can get back in. So we kind of break even. So we went around the right-hand side first, and then it was a little bit awkward because we were on the wrong side to Reinhardt, and then we had to kind of like cut across the choke point to get back to him. There goes Reinhardt, not playing Reinhardt, into the enemy team, and he's not long for this world. We decide to take this opportunity to run on the left-hand side and try to get up on the high ground over the point, which is fair enough. We're going up there eventually. Here we go. So now we're up on the high ground. That's great. We do, unfortunately, we are still missing our main tank, and Lucio is probably just about getting back. So that's very unfortunate. We can contest the soldier over there. We can try and farm up on the back of the D.Va right there. We kind of stopped shooting at her for a little bit. I'm not quite sure why, but... So, we got the other soldier over there. Over here we see that D.Va has killed our Zenyatta, but our D.Va has killed their Symmetra, which is kind of interesting, honestly. And they've managed to get in on the point. We now decide to jump off the edge of the high ground, and I'm not sure why we decide to do that, because we were already standing exactly where we wanted to be standing, and now we're in a very awkward position indeed. We can still hear Reinhardt behind us, so we keep running wisely, and now we're going to sit around here. Reinhardt's still upset. Bumps into that. Just sprint away from the Reinhardt, like, as immediately, because now we're going to get beat to death. I don't know why we decided to jump off the high ground. Maybe to try and run through the Reinhardt shield and try to kill him, but we were exactly where we wanted to be, so we should have just stayed up on the high ground. As Master Obi-Wan Kenobi showed us, high ground is really overpowered, but then we just jumped down and fought Reinhardt on his own terms, and we weren't too happy with it. So we're trying to get our team to stop going in alone. That doesn't stop happening. We've almost got Tac Visor built up, which is cool, and now we've got to stand in the choke point again. We're shooting at Reinhardt's shield because there's nothing better for us to be doing right now. Put down the biotic field a little bit early because nobody over here had really taken any damage yet, so this is kind of just not really doing anything. So we see up here they've just lost their Mercy and their teleporter has been broken, which means it's time to go. We're going to go around and try and get up on the high ground again. There goes Reinhardt, very overeager. We actually don't immediately go over to the high ground as we should have done. Ultimate's happening outside. We've lost both of our tanks, and now we've lost Zenyatta. Most of our team is now dead, so we don't want to do this anymore. We actually come out here and we use our Tac Visor. This is not a play that's destined for greatness because we only have Lucio and McCree alive right now, and we don't exactly get a lot done with Tac Visor, and then we end up having to run away anyway. We should have just left, noticing that 3 people on our team were dead, so it was not exactly likely to work out. Now, we don't have to quite give up our position. We get to stick around inside a little bit. McCree has fallen off the edge. It might have been the correct play. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We're now just going to stand and we're going to fight this D.Va, which is you're perfectly fine to do that if you're playing Soldier. You put the biotic field down, you fight that D.Va. So we heard there Reinhardt use Earth Shatter over here. A lot of fighting happening down there. So, target prioritization and kind of awareness. Farah has just drifted by at the top of our screen. Watch. Over here. Oh, look, there goes Farah. There goes Farah. Here's Farah. We should have been shooting at that Farah because we're shooting at somebody less important right now. And Farah is like our area, so she's generally going to be our highest priority. But I don't think we noticed she was there because she was at like the top of our screen, and I think we were looking down here. But so fight's still going well down there. I'm not sure why we're running away right now. I think because Farah jumped up right next to us, and we were kind of afraid of her. But we could have just like stayed over there and fought instead. But fight's going well, we've got control of the point, we're just going to kill these people here. This D.Va's going to die eventually. D.Va's dead now. So we've gotten the first checkpoint, not the first choke point. Well, we have technically gotten that as well, but... So now we have to take the second checkpoint, which is far harder than the first checkpoint, in my opinion. So we decide that we're going to go up on the left-hand side with the D.Va. We kind of missed that platform, so we wait for the next one, and then we almost missed that one. Oh, God. Whew. See, I don't like doing this kind of thing as Soldier. This is just not the kind of play that I think it's right for Soldier to make, because in my mind, Soldier is... The main thing about Soldier is that you're trying to do as much consistent DPS as possible. That's like the thing Soldier has. He's incredibly consistent. And doing this, like, long flanking thing just, like, murders your uptime. And we don't have our ultimate, so it's going to be hard to, like, make it work out anyway. Soldier's not great at flanking in general, but even worse without Tac Visor. And I think better than doing this kind of thing is just hanging out at the front line, doing damage to their front line, and just having as much uptime on the enemy team as possible, rather than doing this kind of thing right here. So, we've gotten around the back. We see that their Soldier has killed himself somehow, and our Reinhardt has killed himself again. So, you know, we're back here now. We're shooting in at them. There's a lot of tanks around, blocking it and making it difficult for us. Here's D.Va. We just used our biotic field down there, so we have to run away from the D.Va. We almost died. Oh god, we just barely got there in time, and now we're going to come back around the side again. And we're going to start fighting D.Va. Now we've got biotic field, though, so we don't have to be afraid of the D.Va, and we can just stand and fight the D.Va. She has to give up because she can't kill you through biotic field unless she's a god. So our team is still going in over there. It sounds like Reinhardt's killing himself again. That's exactly what happened. We have some trouble killing this Mercy. We decide we're just going to use Tac Visor, which is honestly fair enough. We kill her and Farah, so it's still definitely a good use of Tac Visor. We're bullying around the Reinhardt over there. We got D.Va over there as well. Now Symmetra's on us. We start trying to fight the Symmetra. As soon as the Symmetra's beam attaches to you, priority number 1 is break that beam off of you. So rather than sitting down and fighting her, you just turn and sprint away from the Symmetra. You don't want that shit on you. Ugh, gross, nasty energy. Don't want it on you. So, fight's not going terribly over there, it looks like. D.Va is currently in the process of killing a bunch of people. We decide that we're gonna wait for the platform to come down. I'd rather we just stood in the doorway and started fighting, seeing as there's a fight going on over here. And, you know, again, uptime. I'd rather just get over there and start fighting quicker. But we're up here now. We've killed the Farah with McCree's help. Unfortunately, most of our team is currently dead, so we can't really do much. But we're not being threatened, so we get to just sit here and shoot at Reinhardt's shield while there's nothing better to do. We get to pad our damage dealt stat. That doesn't work anymore, does it? Because they just changed it to hero damage dealt. Oh, God. Now how am I going to cyberbully the Genji? Guess I'll just tell him I fucked his mom or something. You know, the standard fallback. So we're shooting at Reinhardt's shield. That's what we do, because we've got nothing better to do. McCree has managed to pick off Mercy on the side, as well as their Soldier. Lucio has killed himself somehow. I think he was probably trying to flank on the right-hand side. McCree is currently killing a lot of people, and they don't know to look at us or the McCree. Like, McCree has just killed, like, their entire team. He has just killed everybody. So a bunch of people keep killing themselves, because Farah has killed herself again right after the res. Now we're just sitting here shooting into people. You know, we're doing about as much as we can. We're trying to get that Mercy. Fuck, feels bad to be Mercy, man. Kill the Reinhardt. Reinhardt's mostly dead. Yeah, there's a lot of scattered fighting happening right now. We've almost got Tac Visor. It's just D.Va, so we don't want to use it immediately. And then Farah ults right above our head, and we die before we can use it anyway. I mean, we could have been standing further back because we were fighting, like, at the point, and we could be fighting, like, 10 feet back, still looking onto the point, and still be as effective. You do want to be as far back as possible. We don't need to fight on the point, which we were doing during there. We could have been standing, like, you know, up near the gate, basically. Let me draw instead of pointing with the cursor. We could have been standing up, like, near the gate still, or, like, by the box a little bit further in, probably more adequately. That's meant to be a box, but, you know, it's turned into some horrible abomination. So we could have been standing up, like, near the box instead, and, like, using that in the doorway as cover, rather than standing on the point, basically. We couldn't stay on the high ground because we had to actually, like, get line of sight on people, but we could have still been standing further back. So we have managed to build up Tac Visor. There's only a minute left, so we haven't got too terribly much long left. We're trying to get our team to actually group up, and we're waiting for the elevator to come over here. D.Va's over there doing something. We decide that we're just gonna ult. Lucio has again killed himself. Like, the edges have killed more people in this game than anything else so far, it seems like. So we just ult because we're gonna kill the Farah right there, which, I mean, honestly, fair enough. And we managed to pick off their Reinhardt as well. You know, we probably didn't need Tac Visor for that one, but all the same. So we are again standing up on the point, and we don't want to be standing up on the point because that's really scary. And then we just get stuck between a rock and a hard place where it's like, well, do we run back and die to the bomb, or do we run forward and die to Tac Visor? This is going to sound really nitpicky because I'm going to say you died incorrectly. But the correct play in this position is to actually, like, run forward and die on the point. It doesn't really hold much in this game because this is a play based around having mercy. Because if you run into the attack visor, you die on the point, rather than running away from it and dying to the bomb away from the point, which matters if you have a mercy. We don't have a mercy, but, you know, it's something to think about if you do have a mercy. So, didn't go so well. Again, we could have been standing further back, like over by the boxes on the left-hand side, near the doorway with the health kit in it. And you can see, like, basically everything there, and you've got plenty of cover and the health kit if you need it. And we keep going up to fight on the point, which you don't generally want to do as soldier. So, we haven't got very much time left. We used tack visor on the last push, so we don't have it for this push now, which feels bad. We're going up onto the high ground again. Lucio has once again thrown his life away. I don't know what happened there exactly, but now we're waiting to go back up again. So, there's Farah, trying to kill Farah, didn't kill Farah, we have to jump down to actually see people again. Again, we don't need to be standing this far up, we could be standing further back on the left-hand side still. We put our biotic field down in the middle of Transcendence, which isn't exactly a productive use of company resources. And again, we could just, like, be standing further back and not be in the middle of all of this. Standing a lot closer than we want to be standing as soldier, who wants to be as far away as possible. It is unfortunate that there isn't much high ground to really take advantage of, unless you get into, like, a very unusual position when you're attacking. But we can just be standing further back than we are standing. But it also, yes, it also doesn't help that, like, every time we're about to go in, like, Lucio just randomly dies. Mostly it seems through his own stupidity. But, you know, whatever. So we're gonna play Mercy now, on defense. This is what our team looks like now. It's, you know, pretty average still. I'm not super stoked about having a May, but, you know. So, yeah, that is what we stick with. Alright. So, we don't really have too many people to damage boost on our team. We basically have McCree, and that's it. Lucio's over there waiting to try and cheese some people. I'm not very happy about this entire setup we've got going on right here. We shouldn't be out here. If these people want to come out here and do that kind of thing, you let them do it, because we don't want to go out there. Out there is scary. As we can see by the fact that our diva died because she was out there. Lucio's also out there. I think he actually gets away with it, which proves there is no justice in the world. We're healing people right now back here. We would rather be damage boosting McCree than May in most cases. Right there, we're healing somebody at full HP, which we want to avoid. Oh, very spooky. We're walking forward into people right there. I'm alright with the pulling out the pistol before your team actually notices this is happening. But then we start drifting, like, closer across, like, stick over on, like, near the corner near your team. Don't, like, do that drift across the point right there, because that's very spooky. But our team is coming back around now. We're trying to get over to this McCree. We're healing Lucio as we walk by. We are healing him at full HP. Like, I know damage boosting Lucio is, like, not very much, but you don't want to be healing people at full HP, so when you see the bar change to full HP, you just change it to damage anyway, so that it's doing something while you're getting to people. Now we're getting over here to the Reinhardt. We used Guardian Angel to shift forward a little bit. We didn't need to get that close. That's kind of scary how close we got. We connect to him and then Guardian Angel forward, and then we're, like, very scary close, and we almost die for it. Could have been standing further back, more like hugging the doorway over here, and connect to him, and then, like, be safer. This is also happening up here. This is very spooky, and there's nothing we can really do about it, so we just have to note that there is a soldier up on the high ground being very scary right now. There's Diva, that's also very scary. Again, we're healing people at full HP right there, you know, it's not good. So we've managed to dodge that. We're in here with the other Mercy right now. We res, because we got 2 people on it, and McCree didn't kill himself as well. Oh, just barely got away from the explosion, that's scary. So a lot of fighting happening. We actually almost got pinned right there. Oh god, isn't that scary to see? 2 big, strong American men are about to manifest their destiny in Russia. Anyway, so we duck out of the way of those 2 scary ultimates. McCree's killed McCree, but soldiers coming in for us, and there's nothing we can really do about that. Feels bad, man. We do keep getting, like, really close to the people, but, like, it's very chaotic and hectic fight happening on the point, so... And then we turn around and we see 2 very scary ultimates happening right behind us. You know. So as you can probably tell by the timeline, they actually don't get this first point, which is absolutely incredible given everything that's been happening so far. There's been like, the soldier was up on that high ground uncontested for like a minute, and somehow it doesn't amount to anything. So we gotten back in time to start healing people up. We get to farm up some HP off of our Reinhardt. D.Va's killed herself because... So, you know. So... Healing people at full HP again, you know, just try to damage boost somebody while you're trying to get to the person that's you want to heal, but like, you know. So, Mei blocked that off right there. Their Mercy, now dead. Good stuff. This wall, incredibly inconvenient for us, actually, more than anything else. Reinhardt, not playing Reinhardt. Don't think he actually dies, which is further proof there's no justice in the world. This is mad scary. We don't want any part of this. Like, again, we, like, drift back into this. Like, also, just, like, look around more, because we are doing a lot of, like, looking at the person we're healing and looking forward ahead. Just, like, not, like, look around more. Just look everywhere. Danger. You gotta be, like, the... rabbit. There we go. I don't know why I was having so much trouble thinking of this animal. The timid rabbit, just like, oh god, everything wants to murder me. Because that's what you are. You're playing Mercy. Look everywhere. Everywhere for danger. So we see this is happening and we start drifting into it again. We don't want to do that. We want to get away from the Reinhardt. Granted, it doesn't look like that way was very much safer, seeing as McCree just died to D.Va over there. So, and they actually managed to collapse and kill the Reinhardt. So, lots of ultimates happening. Reinhardt very rudely didn't kill himself so that we could res him as well. Like, this is good. This is really hit and miss, but in that kind of situation, you want to just, like, yell at the Reinhardt, go die, so that I can res you as well. Doesn't really matter. Like, he doesn't die in the end anyway, and he manages to pin the Lucio. Well, that's the kind of position where, like, if you're on voice, you yell at them, go die. Go die right now. Because then he gets to be healed 500 HP right at the start, instead of us having to heal him up like so. Granted, we do get to farm our ultimate off of him. So we pull out the pistol right here. I'd rather damage boost the D.Va. D.Va's gonna do more damage boosted than you, attaching to just pulling out your pistol. Now we're trying to hit really small people back here, so I'm actually okay with you shooting at them, because you can't trust a McCree to actually hit a very tiny person in this SR, so I'm actually okay with that. But now we want to be healing these people because they're low HP. McCree is making it pretty difficult. Well, we don't want to do this. McCree still needs HP. He's in critical HP right now. Yeah, you want to kill the Lucio, but, like, McCree is behind us, like, mostly dead right now. Like, McCree is still over there, mostly dead. I don't think we noticed him, but he's needed healing for the last, like, 10 seconds. So that's happening. Crouch down, out of the way. Yep, playing Mercy. Things are not actually going that terrible. We've almost got Resurrection built up again. There's a guy up there on high ground. We can't do anything about that. We just have to hope someone eventually does. Reinhardt's managed to kill their Lucio. Tac Visor's happening. We don't know exactly where it is, but that wall has probably helped save our lives. So we just hang back out of the way until the ultimates are all over and done with. McCree's killed everybody again. Things are going, like... Isn't it amazing that this is going as well as it is when you look at these fights? They're so scattered and chaotic, but fortunately, our team is winning all of the 1v1s and 2v2s that are happening over the map, so that's great. And, their soldier. Fucking hell, isn't that excessive? Oh, there was the Lucio there as well, that's right. Alright, fair enough then. I was just like, damn, just soldier straight up. And then this guy, who was gonna lose anyway, decided that he'd rather leave the game early and suffer the leaving penalty of losing 50 SR. Which, I mean, that's his decision. He can do whatever he wants. He's a big grown boy. Maybe. So, you know, that guy as well, left too early, you know. You could have just waited an extra 3 seconds, but whatever. So, let's see what the play of the game is. Who would have gotten the play of the game? Soldier? Well, it's Farah. What did Farah do? Alright, I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it. Wasn't really feeling it, Mr. Krabs. Alright, so anyway. 6 charge kills. He was really bad at Reinhardt, by the way. So, biggest thing that stands out, we get way too close to people. Like, we keep advancing into the danger, and we could just be standing a lot further back. The really egregious time is when we're on the high ground, and then we jump off of it to fight the Reinhardt. Maybe we got bumped off, maybe because there was a far nearby, but it looked like we walked off the edge. There's a lot of, like, walking into people, which we don't want to do, and a lot of, just standing too close. We don't want to do that. Be as far back as possible on McCree. Soldier, not really. McCree as well, like, but McCree is a much closer range hero than Soldier. So we want to be, Soldier, very long range hero, we want to be as far away as possible. Especially now that, like, the dive meta has begun as well. That's kind of the biggest thing that stands out. Mercy, we're kind of doing the same thing, where we get a lot closer to the people than we necessarily want to. That's kind of like the biggest thing that stands out. Yeah, I mean, our ultimates weren't exactly great as Soldier, but we didn't really get very many good opportunities to use Tac Visor anyway. There weren't really any other times I was like, yeah, now's the time to use Tac Visor. It's just like, yeah, we used it, fair enough, you know, our Lucio just killed himself as we tried to go in, and then our Reinhardt immediately charges into 6 people and also dies, you know. Elo hell, but it's okay. Every elo is elo hell. It never gets any better. So that's the thing that stands out to me the most in this game anyway. So thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer, and I hope you found the video helpful.